is going on, good people of YouTube? It is me, Chavez, back with another MLB player prop video for you. Today's Tuesday, June 27th, 2023. As always, I hope this video finds you all doing well and in good spirits. You can see the plan of action on the screen. We're recapping our plays from yesterday, and then we're diving into the boards, Prizepicks and Underdog, to go over a few plays that I want to share with you today. Towards the end of the video, we'll spend a few moments going over the premium section that was added to the player prop Discord, as well as a couple of notes on some partners of the channel. So if all that sounds good to you, I encourage you to stick around, drop a like, sub up, and click the notification icon to get notified of all upcoming content and videos from me and my channel. And without further delay, let's get into those plays from yesterday. All right, 0-1 on the day yesterday. If you want to say we were 0-2 yesterday, you may do so. But man, that Matthew Boyd injury was really was kind of shitty. He gets injured in the first inning after striking out two batters in the first inning. Was on pace to really do some good things yesterday. I think the most frustrating part of that whole game was watching the relief pitchers come in and rack up strikeouts. And I think had he been able to stay in the game, he would have gotten over 5 strikeouts within the first 4 innings, the way those relief pitchers were kind of moving through the Rangers lineup. But yeah, we don't get the DNP, or excuse me, we don't get the reboot on Prizepicks for injuries to pitchers. I hope that's something they consider changing in the future. Eduardo Escobar doesn't play yesterday, so that's a DNP. And then Javi Baez goes kind of goes silent yesterday. Multiple opportunities to drive in runs, to get on base. He draws a walk, and I think he actually didn't draw a walk. He hit a sac fly and drove in a run. So those were his only points yesterday. So no fantasy production from him, no hits, runs, and RBIs production from him. Just a bad game for him. So 0-1 with an injury to Matthew Boyd and a DNP to Eduardo Escobar. Let me show you a slip that I have over on Prizepicks. This was a slip I played yesterday with Escobar and Boyd in this lineup. Javi Baez was not in this slip because this is a Prizepicks slip. Baez was an underdog player originally. I didn't put him in this lineup, but as you can see, 4 out of 5 because Escobar doesn't play. Had we gotten a reboot on that Matthew Boyd, or had Matthew Boyd just not gotten hurt, I really believe this one goes 5 for 5 and gets us more profit. But profit is profit, no matter how small. So we move on to today. Let's transition over to the Prizepicks dashboard and start going over a couple plays that I like for today. All right, here are the 2 plays that we're talking about over on Prizepicks. As always, if you got what you want, then I wish you the best of luck. But if you want to stick around and listen to the breakdown of these plays, then that is what we are about to do. Let's start off with Mr. Luis Arraez, 1.5 total bases today. I like the over on this one. Let's head on over to props.cash, and together we'll break this one down. All right, here we are over on props.cash. Let's take a look at the last 5 games for Luis Arraez. And now this line is set appropriately to 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. As we can see, 4 out of his last 5 games, he's gone under, or over, I should say. Last game, he goes under with just 1 hit, run, and RBI. Now, very small sample size today versus Garrett Whitlock, but he does have 3 plate appearances, driving in 1 RBI on a single. So that gives him a slugging percentage of 500 and a batting average of 500 here. On the season versus right-handed pitching, it's crazy. Look at these numbers, 380, and it's a little worse, I guess you can say, versus left-handed, because he's only batting 355 versus left-handed pitching. But versus righties this season, the majority of his plate appearances have come against righties. 72 singles, 13 doubles, 1 triple, 3 home runs. So there's a lot to like here for Luis Arraez versus Garrett Whitlock. Now Whitlock versus left-handed batters like Luis Arraez, 241 batting average, 4 home runs, 6 doubles, and 11 singles. So I think he's doing a pretty good job of keeping the batting average low, although it is over a smaller sample size. So 90 plate appearances versus 108 plate appearances. Considering the role that Luis Ariz is on this season and what he's done over his last 5 games. Let's do it. Prop number 1, we're going over 1.5 total bases for Luis Ariz. All right, second prop over on Prizepicks. Let's spend a few moments talking about Framber Valdez, 5.5 pitcher strikeouts. I like the over, the more on this one. Let's head over to props.cash and break this one down. All right, over on props.cash. This prop landed on my radar due to one of my experts in the Discord, Sauce, who is rolling with a Framber Valdez power play over there in the Discord. So put this on my radar, and as I began to look into it, started to like it a little bit more and more and more. So let's look at Framber Valdez over his last 5 games. We can see that he has gone over this line of 5.5 strikeouts in 3 of those 5 games. He is facing a St. Louis lineup that isn't striking out a ton. However, we have seen a bit of a decrease since last season. They've dropped in ranking. They've dropped in whiff rate, or increased in whiff rate, however you want to look at this. So on the season, 22.7% whiff rate versus lefties like Valdez, from a 19.9% whiff rate versus lefties in 2022. So Framber on the season is a 1K per inning strikeout pitcher, 1K per inning pitcher, I should say, giving you 1 strikeout per inning here. Yeah, there's not a ton to dislike about this prop. Now, one thing I did want to show you is on the season, in terms of lefties, really, when you look at this group of lefties here versus the Cardinals, there aren't a ton of big names on this list. You know, Blake Snell down here and McClanahan, but really, the Cardinals really haven't faced a strong lefty like Valdez in a while. So I don't want to look at these and discount the upside of Framber Valdez today versus a Cardinals lineup. So yeah, to me, there's a lot to like here for Framber Valdez. 5.5 strikeouts is something that he can do. It's something he's done pretty consistently over the last 10 games. If you look at this 70% hit rate, if you want to pan out a little bit, in the last 30 games, 67% hit rate, and just on the season, 67% hit rate on the season as well. So give me the over. Framber Valdez, 5.5 strikeouts today versus the St. Louis Cardinals as our second prop on Prizepicks. All right, and for our third and final play, we're heading over to Underdog. I want to talk about Francisco Lindor. 7.5 fantasy points on Underdog. I like the higher on this one. Let's head over to props.cash and look at this together. All right, over on props.cash, let's start off by looking at Lindor's hits, runs, and RBIs over his last 5 games. We can see that he has gone over this line in 4 out of those 5 games. In terms of the breakdown, he's given us a total of 6 hits in those 5 games, 3 RBIs, and he scored 3 runs in those 5 games. Now, he does have stolen base upside as well, so 2 stolen bases in those 5 games. So we're talking about a fantasy score of 7.5 on Underdog, where you get more points for your production. So even being hit by a pitch, even being walked, those count as 3 points versus the 2 points you get on Prizepicks. So looking at on the season, no plate appearances versus Teheran, but on the season, versus right-handed pitching, 193 batting average. Yeah, it's not the best batting average, but a lot of power is coming from him versus the right-handed pitchers. So 7 home runs, 14 doubles, 22 singles. Lindor's a switch hitter too. Like, he's a switch hitter, so he can bat from the left side of the plate. He can bat from the right side of the plate. Probably going to take his at-bats versus Teheran today from the right side of the plate, being that that's where most of the production given up by him has come from. So I expect him to be batting from the right side of the plate today. On top of the hits, on top of the runs, on top of the RBIs that we have for Lindor over his last 5 games, you got the stolen base upside as well. And then he has that 1 home run. There's a lot to like here for this prop. I know that Lindor is kind of disappointing people this year, but this isn't season-long fantasy baseball. We're not really worried about the outlook of his career or the season. We're really just focusing on this one game. and whether or not we feel he can get over 7.5 fantasy points versus Julio Teheran. I think he can. It's pretty much that simple for me. I'm taking the over 7.5 fantasy points for Francisco Lindor as our third and final prop of the day. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for our player prop portion of the video. Let me spend a few moments going over a couple of partners of the channel. So really, in full transparency, a lot of these notes, a lot of this research is really done by using two sites, props.cash and the DGF Optimizer. DGF Optimizer allows me to uncover a lot of value across different markets and compare lines and really identify, strong odds to hit. And obviously props.cash, you already know props.cash is something I've been using since the jump. But if you're interested in joining any of those sites, subbing on any of those sites, check out the description of this video. All my affiliate links, all my promo codes are in the description of this video. And last, if you like these props, if you want to see more props like this, consider joining my 100% free player prop Discord, where we give out tons of value in the free section. We also have a premium section that launched over the weekend, and that is where you'll see personal slips, personal plays, office hours for me and my experts with all the members in the premium section. So something for you to consider, but all the information you need is in the description below. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for the video. Drop a comment below. Let me know what you like on the board, as well as your thoughts on these plays. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel and just supporting this channel and helping it get bigger every single day. Best of luck to you all should you tail any of these plays. And until tomorrow's MLB player prop video, Chavez is out.